You're about to witness a turning point that could define or sink the Yankees' season before the month is even over. Gerrit Cole is still out. The rotation looks like a house of cards on the verge of collapse. And now, the front office is considering a move so bold it could change everything, giving up Aaron Judge's potential successor for a pitcher. That's right. Spencer Jones might be just one phone call away from leaving the Bronx. Meanwhile, Aaron Judge is carrying the team on his back. Fans are torn between hope and despair, and even a simple chicken dish has taken a key player out of the game. Cody Bellinger out with food poisoning. Ottavino designated for assignment for the second time in a week, and Freddie Peralta being eyed as an urgent fix for a bullpen in shambles. This isn't just a rough patch, it's an all-or-nothing moment. And the question haunting every fan is, what will Brian Cashman do now? Because every minute without an answer is a step closer to collapse or salvation. Stick around until the end, because the next few days might determine the future of the season, and maybe even the legacy of this Yankees generation. The season has barely begun, and rumors are already heating up in the Bronx. 10 games in, and Yankees fans are starting to eye the rotation with suspicion. Gerrit Cole's absence isn't just felt, it's glaring with every inning. And while the bats seem to be holding their own without Juan Soto, it's the mound that's causing the most concern. Brian Cashman, ever watchful, already has a name that stood out on opening day: Freddie Peralta. The Brewers' Dominican right-hander took the mound at Yankee Stadium and, despite giving up 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 2 home runs, he left the game under the keen eyes of the New York front office. It didn't take long for fans, and even big names like Cameron Maybin, to start campaigning. Freddie has to wear pinstripes. At 28, Peralta is coming off a solid season with a 3.86 ERA and a whopping 200 strikeouts in nearly 174 innings. Under team control through 2026, he's not just a short-term fix, he's a strategic piece for the future. But as with everything in MLB, talent comes at a price. And in Peralta's case, the starting point includes the name Spencer Jones. Jones, once touted as Aaron Judge's potential heir, is still trying to find his footing in the minors. Standing at 6'6" with a powerful swing, he looks impressive on paper, but the numbers haven't matched the hype. Striking out in over 36% of his appearances last season, he's still working on his timing, now experimenting with a torpedo-style bat to boost performance. Spring wasn't kind. 16 strikeouts in 32 plate appearances. Promise doesn't guarantee production. And that's the crux of the debate. Is it worth trading a raw but uncertain talent for an established pitcher who could reshape the season? As the front office deliberates, the rumors grow, the fans speculate, and the pressure on the bullpen only gets heavier. Aaron Judge keeps writing his name into the history books as the Yankees stumble in Detroit. Monday afternoon wasn't a happy one for the Bronx. On the field, the Yankees fell to the Tigers 6-2, bringing both teams to a 6-4 record on the season. And while the final result left a bitter taste, once again, it was Aaron Judge who lit up the game with a performance worthy of the record books. On the mound, Carlos Rodon tried to hold things together, but his outing was rocky. He lasted 6 innings, allowing 6 runs, 5 earned, on just 4 hits and 3 walks. Still, he managed 8 strikeouts, highlighting how inconsistency remains his biggest hurdle. But back to the star of the night, Judge. The captain stepped up to the plate 3 times, finishing with 1 hit and another RBI, lifting his average to .325. And here's where it gets interesting. With that performance, he reached an impressive 18 RBIs on the season, along with 6 home runs and 2 stolen bases. It's not just a strong start. It's a start that puts Judge alongside some of the American League's all-time greats in terms of early season impact. At 32, the Yankees captain already boasts a resume that speaks for itself. 2-time MVP, 6-time All-Star, 4 Silver Sluggers, and a Roberto Clemente Award winner. With 321 career home runs, he continues building a legacy as one of the modern era's most dominant players. The Yankees-Tigers series continues Tuesday, with first pitch set for 1:10 p.m. ET. On one side, Carlos Carrasco will lead the injury-depleted Yankees rotation, still missing names like Luis Gil and Gerrit Cole. On the other, reigning Cy Young winner Tarik Skubal will be looking for redemption after a shaky start to the season with 2 unexpected losses to the Dodgers and Mariners. The Yankees clubhouse remains busy, and not always for the right reasons. Even before Tuesday's first pitch against the Tigers, the Bronx Bombers announced another twist in their bullpen saga. Ian Hamilton is back, and Adam Ottavino is out again. Yes, you heard that right. For the second time in under a week, Ottavino has been designated for assignment, an unusual sequence, especially for a veteran who knows the organization well. Signed as a free agent exactly 7 days ago, he was released, cleared waivers, opted for free agency, and then was surprisingly re-signed just before the Detroit series. Now, he's out again. In the series opener, Ottavino was called in for a brief outing. Just 1/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and no hits allowed. Still, his recent track record is troubling. In 3 appearances this season, he's pitched just 1.2 innings, allowed no hits, but walked 4. Precision hasn't been his strong suit. With Hamilton returning from injury, the decision to clear a roster spot was almost inevitable. And given the current situation, Ottavino probably knew his spot was hanging by a thread. The question now is, does he have one more comeback left in him? Behind the scenes, there are whispers that the Yankees might try to bring him back once again if he clears waivers and chooses to return via free agency, a minor league deal. It's possible. Everything depends on how the market reacts and whether another team in the league decides to bet on the veteran's experience. It's worth remembering, Ottavino played a key role for the Yankees between 2019 and 2020 before being traded to their rivals, the Boston Red Sox. After that, he spent 3 straight seasons with the Mets. And earlier this year, he signed a minor league deal with Boston again, but didn't make the final roster. Now, the veteran's future is uncertain. Meanwhile, the bullpen carousel in the Yankees clubhouse keeps spinning. The New York Yankees faced a last-minute shakeup just before the second game of the series against the Detroit Tigers on Tuesday. An unexpected absence caught everyone off guard. Cody Bellinger, a regular presence in the team's outfield, had to be pulled from the lineup due to a health issue no one wants to deal with, a severe case of food poisoning. According to manager Aaron Boone, Bellinger spent the night dealing with intense symptoms, immediately raising red flags with the medical staff. The likely culprit, a batch of undercooked chicken wings that may have triggered the illness. As a result, Boone had to act quickly to reorganize the starting lineup, calling up young Jason Dominguez to take over in the outfield. The move also presents a valuable opportunity for Dominguez to prove himself and earn more playing time. The timing couldn't have been worse. The night before, the Yankees suffered a tough 6-2 loss to the Tigers, and Bellinger had been one of the few to contribute offensively, with a base hit and a run scored. While his numbers are still far from ideal, he had been providing consistent support. In 10 games this season, he's batting .233 with 6 RBIs and just 1 extra base hit, a solo home run. Still, his presence in the lineup was seen as a key stabilizing factor as the team searches for consistency. Bellinger, 29, was acquired by the Yankees in the offseason in a trade with the Chicago Cubs. The deal involved pitcher Cody Poteet, and fans welcomed the move with enthusiasm, seeing it as a chance to add a high-impact player to the roster. It's worth noting that he's in the second year of a 3-year, $80 million contract originally signed with the Cubs, a clear sign of the investment and trust the organization has placed in his talent. With this setback, the Yankees coaching staff will have to closely monitor Bellinger's recovery while exploring viable options to keep the team competitive in the series against Detroit. His absence could open the door for strategic experiments within the lineup, and it'll be interesting to see how Dominguez handles this unexpected shot at the starting role.